My name is Ash, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about devised theater making and physical theater making. These are two huge abstract terms, so we will do our best in the time we have. To start off, what does devised theater mean? To me, devised theater means creating theater from an origin of collaboration. This often means that you do not start a process with a script, or an idea of a script, or anything. Sometimes it's just a commitment to working with a group of people and bringing something together. Often, this term devised theater is partnered with physical theater, because we often revert to the language that we all speak, language of the body. Physical theater is theater that emphasizes the body in motion. And this can look like many things. It can look like dance, acrobatics, fitness things, clowning, any kind of physical practice that is used to tell a story. So what does a typical day look like for a devised theater maker? There are two main elements that go into creating a devised production. One is the physical training. This can be either private or with the other people you're creating a show with. There are many institutions out there that offer physical trainings in theater, but you may choose as part of a production to engage in a daily practice. We're going to meet for 3 hours every day to train in acrobatics and yoga or something like this. And then alongside the physical training comes the actual creation of the show. And every show in devised theater looks different. Every show has its own story to tell in terms of the process of how it's made. So if there's anything that devised theater has taught me, it is that it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of intense time together. You can bang out a show within a month, but you might be rehearsing through the night for many of those nights. You maybe meet the same group of people once a year for 10 years, and then create a show after 10 years of collaborating and devising with them. So it really, really varies. But at the center of all of this is the commitment you have to the show and to the people you're working with. Very often, companies that do devised theater will have kind of a collective atmosphere to them. So not only are they creating a show together, but they're cooking for each other, and they're cleaning the studio together, and they're going on runs together in this kind of collective atmosphere, which I really enjoy because it means you're valuing the process of theater as much as the product. So the timeline of a position. Usually, in my experience, I have been involved in shows from the very, very, very beginning to the very, very, very end. But like I said, every show has its own requirements, and you may join a devised theater process halfway through when they discover they need more bodies to make this story live. The responsibilities. As I said before, I really like having a say in everything that goes into the theatrical process. And this is often where devised productions start, with everyone having kind of a say in everything. But as the show develops, maybe then you start to read the people you're working with more and use their skills to the advantage of the show a little bit more. So know that it will always hopefully cater to whatever skills you have and are willing to offer. Position-specific terminology. I talked about the words devised and I talked about the word physical. Another big word is embodiment. And this is the physical, the bodily form of anything, tangible or intangible. What does it look like to move like love? Or to move like night? How do you embody the ocean, embody science, embody envy? Another big word is dramaturgy, and I would suggest you head over to Pocket Theater's What is a Dramaturg video to look a little more into that. It's a cop-out, but it's a huge term. Other words that we use are space, movement scores, similar to that of a music score. A movement score is a series of movements that can be repeated over and over again in variations or amplified, essentialized, until they start to make sense. Other word would be stimulus or point of departure, and that is being the first step you take on your journey of creation and how you frame that first step. Frame is another word. What variables do you set in place for the process to continue? So if you're a little confused right now, then that makes two of us, but I'm going to try and leave you with some advice. In the professional sphere of devised theater and physical theaters, my advice would be to seek out trainings. They can be day-long trainings, they can be month-long intensives, or maybe they exist online already for free. But there are tons of physical trainings out there that look more into the terms that I did a poor job of explaining earlier. So seek those out. There's also a lot of reading you can do, but it does benefit to be with other people in the space, living and sweating together. Because that's what this kind of theater is all about, really. So that is my professional advice. My personal advice to be a devised or physical theater maker is to be curious and to make yourself available to be inspired on your way to the supermarket or biking to work. Be inspired by what you see, and if you would like to create something based off of anything, go for it. Do it by yourself, with other people, in a basement, at the National Theater, wherever. So it's all about that question of availability. I think that is all I have to say right now. If you have any questions, feel free to look on the internet. And thanks for chatting. My name is Ash once more, and I hope you've enjoyed our time together. Go Pocket Theater.